There was a quiet moment where you stopped pretending you were fine. No drama, just honesty. And everything in your life shifted a little because of it. You weren't tired, you were overloaded. And the worst part? Half of what you carried didn't even belong to you. You didn't break because of life. You broke because you had to keep pretending nothing hurt. Stopping the performance is what saved you. You stopped defending the things that damaged you. Finally, truth replaced all the excuses you used to make for other people. You survived by accepting the bare minimum, but this season reminded you, you deserved better long before you said it out loud. You weren't stagnant. You were outgrowing the version of you that settled. The stillness was part of becoming someone new. Forgiveness wasn't softness. It was surgery. It cost you more than the original hurt, and you still did it. When something collapsed in your life, clarity grew in its place. Not instantly, but undeniably. You let life reach you again, quietly. A laugh, a message, a breath you didn't expect to release. That was the beginning of your return. You waited for signs that never came. Then you chose yourself, and that was the sign. You silenced yourself for years, but recently, when you spoke inside your own mind, you finally listened. You knew you were tired, but this time you noticed the leaks, the people, the habits, the spaces that quietly drained you dry. Your strength wasn't loud. It showed up on the days you barely could, and you pushed through anyway. Your life shifted because of tiny choices. What you stopped replying to, what you stopped chasing, what you stopped accepting. Small things, big impact. Some people stepped closer, some faded. It wasn't a loss, it was clarity, a cleansing, a reveal. There were moments that used to pull you apart. This time, you didn't collapse. You paused. You breathed. You chose clarity instead of chaos, and that wasn't luck. That was growth. You didn't lose control. You stopped chasing what was never yours to manage. Letting it go wasn't surrender. It was wisdom. You saw your patterns clearly, not to shame yourself, but to understand yourself. That honesty became a turning point. If this is touching something true for you, write one thing you handled better this time around. Not perfectly, just better. You didn't need a timeline to decide what matters. You kept the things that still feel honest, and let the rest fall out of your hands. Some habits, some reactions, some people, you didn't push them away. You simply grew past them. Outgrowing isn't rejection, it's evolution. Your boundaries weren't dramatic. You just stopped allowing certain things to reach you. Silence can be a boundary too, and yours became firm. You didn't suppress everything this time. You actually let yourself feel, even when it was messy. That alone changed your internal landscape. You learned that silence is not weakness. It's a choice. You stopped fighting battles that only drained you. Your silence protected your peace. Your peace became non-negotiable. You adjusted your environment, your energy, your access, and the difference shows, even if no one mentions it. Some growth wasn't loud. It happened in tiny moments. The pause, the breath, the choice not to repeat an old pattern. That's real progress. When everything felt tight, you stepped back instead of spiraling. You gave yourself room, not to escape, but to think clearly. You don't have the full map, but you finally know the direction, and direction matters more than speed. If this is speaking to the part of you that's changing, write one thing you want to bring with you moving forward. Keep it simple. Keep it true. You've learned what helps you, what hurts you, and what you're done repeating. That awareness alone is a milestone. You don't give yourself enough credit. If you looked honestly, you'd see progress in the smallest corners of your life. The way you think, respond, breathe. You've come far, quietly. You handled things no one knows about. You carried storms without witnesses, and you still showed up. That deserves acknowledgement, especially from you. Something inside you carried you through the days you didn't have energy. Not motivation, not luck. Your inner source, whatever you call it, kept you standing. It deserves your gratitude. You weren't alone every moment. Support came in unexpected shapes, a message, a memory, a small moment of clarity. Little reminders you were held, even when life felt empty. There were decisions you made without understanding why, and later realized they saved you. That's intuition. That's inner wisdom. That's your spirit choosing survival before you could explain it. Your victories weren't loud. They happened in moments when you stayed calm, stayed patient, stayed grounded. These wins didn't shout, they shaped you. You didn't always get it right, but you kept trying, even when tired, uncertain, or hurting. That's something to be proud of, really proud. If this is reminding you of your own strength, write, "I'm grateful for my progress," in the comments. Someone needs to see that courage exists in small ways too. There were days you stood alone, no comfort, no reassurance, just you. And still, you didn't fall apart. That's not resilience. That's self-respect. You're not entering your future as the same person who crawled through your past. You're clearer now, sharper, more intentional. You learned what's yours to carry and what needs to be put down. That understanding didn't make life easier, but it made you wiser. You didn't force a big transformation. You just started choosing things that didn't destroy your peace. Small, consistent choices, the kind that change everything over time. You didn't react the way you used to. You chose calm over chaos, patience over panic, clarity over impulse. That shift is the beginning of a new life. You stopped punishing yourself for needing rest, for needing space, for needing time. That's kindness, the kind you never learned growing up. There's a part of you that sees further than fear, and recently, you've been listening to it. Not perfectly, but more often. That's how transformation begins. You made progress you never paused to honor. Not the big moments, the small ones, the ones only you witnessed. Those count more than you think. People didn't carry you. Circumstances didn't lift you. You rose because something inside you refused to collapse. That strength didn't come from outside. It came from you. If this is helping you see your own growth, comment, "I'm moving forward." Someone who feels stuck might need your courage today. Call it instinct, spirit, soul, but something inside you kept choosing life. Even when everything felt heavy, it protected you in ways you'll never fully understand. Be thankful for that. You understand yourself better now. You hear your needs faster. You trust your intuition deeper. That's not growth. That's evolution. Your limits became clearer. Your tolerance changed. What you once accepted, you simply won't anymore. And that's self-respect finally waking up. You stopped shaping your life around other people's expectations. You finally said what you want, even if only to yourself. That honesty changes everything. You released the pressure to have everything figured out. Your life doesn't need perfection. It needs direction, and you finally found it. You tried, even on days you had nothing left. You kept going, even when you felt empty. Give yourself credit. You earned it the hard way. There were good moments too. Small flashes of warmth you didn't expect. They reminded you that life isn't only heavy, it's layered, and some layers are soft. When everything felt silent and you had no one to lean on, your inner strength held you up. It didn't ask for praise, but it deserves it. You learned what overwhelms you, what sustains you, and what no longer has space in your life. This clarity will protect you moving forward. You're changing, not for others, not for approval, but because you finally see what you need to heal. This version of you feels more grounded than ever. If you're proud of how far you've come, write, "I'm growing." Let that be your reminder. Your growth is real, and it's yours. Your life won't be perfect, but you're entering what's next with clarity, grit, and a truth you didn't have before. You're not just surviving anymore. You're becoming.